President Bongbong Marcos met with Indonesian President Joko Widodo earlier today. The two ASEAN leaders confirmed the signing of 4 agreements after their meeting at the Presidential Palace in Jakarta. These include a 5-year plan of action and deals on cultural cooperation. Widodo said the Philippines also agreed to buy sea and air assets from Indonesia and to review border security arrangements. For his part, President Marcos thanked Widodo for the invitation to visit and emphasized the importance of economic cooperation between the neighboring countries. Let's get the details from Maricel Halili, who is joining us live from Jakarta. Hi, Mase. Good evening. Among the agreements that was signed is a 5-year plan of action for bilateral cooperation. Can you tell us more about what this cooperation will center on?
That's right, Sean. It's a comprehensive plan of action between the Philippines and Indonesia in the next 5 years. So there will be cooperation in different sectors. This may include defense and health. Earlier today, during their joint press statement, President Marcos even mentioned that both him and President Widodo agreed that they will form a task force on a technical level for a continuous discussion between Indonesia and the Philippines. Their purpose is to look on different opportunities and different sectors wherein both countries will cooperate and strengthen their cooperation and ties, or to strengthen the cooperation in different sectors.
All right, and is peace and order and security in the ASEAN among the topics up for discussion today?
Yes, it was discussed earlier. Both President Widodo and President Marcos mentioned that ASEAN is very important in ensuring that peace and security will be maintained in the whole region. Needless to say that the issue on geopolitics was also mentioned, but we actually asked Press Secretary Trixie Cruz-Angeles if there are specific topics mentioned about the West Philippine Sea. But Secretary Angeles said that the two heads of state discussed in general the issue on territory.
All right. One thing that was not discussed today, Mase, of course, a lot of pundits noticed this. Detained OFW Mary Jane Veloso, who is, of course, still there in Indonesia. Is there any word whether or not the president might visit Mary Jane Veloso?
If we base it on the schedule presented before the media, President Bongbong Marcos will not visit Filipina Mary Jane Veloso. Actually, it was not part of the official agenda of the president, but we asked Secretary Toots Ople about it. She said that the lead agency when it comes to handling the case of Mary Jane Veloso is the Department of Foreign Affairs. Earlier today, Secretary Trixie Cruz-Angeles confirmed that Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo brought up the issue when he was talking to his counterpart here in Indonesia, but they actually declined to tell more details, to give us more details about the issue. Because according to Secretary Trixie Cruz-Angeles, this is a very sensitive case, so they are very cautious about it.
All right, and since we are already on the matter of the president's agenda, what will he be up to in Indonesia in the coming days?
After the expanded bilateral meeting at Istana Bogor earlier, he attended the joint press briefing with President Widodo. After that, they had a luncheon. This afternoon, he is expected to have a visit in one of the mosques here in Indonesia and one of the cathedrals here in Indonesia. First Lady Liza Marcos was invited by First Lady Iriana Widodo. So they have a separate event today. Secretary Trixie Angeles just announced that tomorrow President Bongbong Marcos will be having a coffee with the media, but we're not yet sure if it will be allowed to air. But at least we will be having a time to have a brief discussion with the president before he flies to Singapore for another state visit.
All right, maybe we'll hear from you after that. For now, thank you so much for those updates. Maricel Halili reporting to us live from Jakarta, Indonesia.